It's noon in Kyiv, and you're watching our time. The main news at this hour will be brought to you by me, Natalia Sovic. Last night, the Russian army shelled the Dnipro region. 2 people were killed. This was reported by the head of the regional military administration, Alexander Hanja. As a result of the attack, a private house was destroyed and 2 more were damaged. 2 apartment buildings were also damaged, along with a gas pipeline and a power line. 10 people were injured as a result of Russian military shelling in Kherson in the region. 3 of them are children. This was reported by the head of the regional military administration, Alexander Prokudin. The Russian army struck social infrastructure and residential neighborhoods, damaging a high-rise building and 13 private houses. Well, Russian military also shelled Kharkov in the region last night. 2 people were injured. The head of the regional military administration reported this. Alexei Negubov. The Russian army attacked the region with various types of drones and KBs. Residential buildings, civil infrastructure facilities, and power lines were damaged and destroyed. 2 people were also injured as a result of Russian military shelling in the Sumy region. This was reported by the regional military administration. And over the past day, Russian forces carried out nearly 70 attacks. Most of the strikes were recorded in the Sumy and Akhturka districts. The occupiers used artillery, various types of drones, as well as guided aerial bombs. Civilian infrastructure facilities have been damaged and destroyed. And overall, last night the Russian army launched 90 drones at Ukraine. 60 of them were Shaheds. Air Defense Forces managed to neutralize 76 targets. In January, Russia launched over 6,000 attack drones, about 5,500 guided aerial bombs, and 158 missiles of various types at Ukraine. Almost all of this is aimed at the energy sector, the railways, and infrastructure. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky wrote about this on Telegram. He once again emphasized that Ukraine needs protection for its skies.
The strikes are still ongoing. Over the past week, Russia has used more than 980 attack drones, almost 1,100 guided aerial bombs, and 2 missiles against Ukraine. We are recording Russian attempts to destroy logistics and transportation links between cities and communities. That is why the need to protect the skies has not disappeared. Missiles for Patriot. NASAMS, F-16s, and other platforms are needed every day. Volodymyr Zelensky, President of Ukraine, on Telegram.
A train carrying Ukrainian soldiers was destroyed. This is the kind of false information that Russian propaganda is spreading about a drone attack on a passenger train in the Kharkiv region. This was reported by the Military Law Enforcement Service of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. The service notes that such claims are part of an information war and are intended to justify crimes against the civilian population. Let me remind you, on January 27th, Russian drones attacked a passenger train in the Kharkiv region. The Russian army used 3 attack drones, likely of the Duran 2 type. 6 people were killed. There were a total of 291 passengers on board.
Russian media cynically and deliberately manipulate the facts, trying to cover up terrorist strikes on civilian infrastructure by presenting them as successful attacks on military targets. This is yet another attempt to justify crimes against peaceful Ukrainian citizens and to mislead both their own and foreign audiences. From a statement by the Military Law Enforcement Service of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Facebook.
Strengthening air defense, developing Patriot systems, HIMARs, and F-16 aircraft, as well as joint work on technological superiority, were discussed by Defense Minister Mykhailo Fedorov with NATO's senior representative in Ukraine, Patrick Turner. A separate topic was the coordination of meetings in the Rammstein format together with Germany and the United Kingdom. As Fedorov noted, Ukraine is sharing with its partners unique combat experience, real data from the battlefield, and technological solutions that are already in operation. Meanwhile, Russia's losing its energy influence. Central Asia is creating its own energy market without the Russian Federation. This was reported by the Foreign Intelligence Service of Ukraine. The countries of Central Asia, together with the World Bank, are launching a large-scale project called RIMIT, which will unite their energy systems into a single space. The idea is to balance different types of power generation. This will connect the hydroelectric power plants of Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan with the thermal energy of Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan, as well as with solar and wind stations. The program is designed for 10 years, with a cost of over $1 billion. And in the temporarily occupied territory of the Kherson region, a Russian electronic warfare system broke down. A fire broke out on the transformer cabinet of the tower where the system was installed. This was reported by the partisan movement Atesh. Currently, the equipment is not working, and there's no communication or electronic cover in this area. And Russian troops in Crimea have been left without electronic protection? For the first time in Ukraine, a veteran of Russia's war against Ukraine who lost all 4 limbs during combat has taken up skiing. 41-year-old Mykola Shat, a former fighter of the 93rd Brigade Kolny Yar, proved that life goes on after injury. He successfully skied down the most challenging slopes. Like an indomitable defender, he mastered alpine skiing. Watch the story.
Since the start of the full-scale invasion, Mykola Shat defended Ukraine as part of the 93rd Brigade Holodny Yar. In 2024, on the Bakhmut front, the soldier suffered a severe mine explosion injury, as a result of which he lost both arms and legs. Despite this, Mykola didn't give up, and today he proves by his own example that limitations are mostly in the mind, more in the mind than in the body.
You shouldn't be afraid. You have to let go of that fear somehow, I guess. Because a lot of people, after an injury, close themselves off. For example, I used to love going to the woods to pick mushrooms. I even tried it on prosthetics. It worked. You just have to try. Don't be afraid.
Even before the full-scale war, Mykola did biathlon, combining cross-country skiing and shooting. This year, he has a new dream, to get back on skis again. Together with the Unbroken Center team, the defender began his training.
For the most part, these are exercises for balance and stability, so that Mykola has the highest possible level of balance, and so that it's as safe as possible. Honestly, I've never seen anyone with 4 amputations skiing before, but you have to try. If it doesn't work the first time, it'll work the second or third.
The first challenge for Mykola was the equipment. It's not easy with prosthetics, but with the help of a rehabilitation specialist, the serviceman managed to fully prepare for the descent. He made it to the starting point on his own, and for the first time after many years, skied a few meters. Today, for the first time, together with our patient Mykola, we also tried regular skis. Yes, it was tough on standard skis, but the emotions Mykola experienced show that it's possible. These are new opportunities, and I encourage patients not to be afraid. Come, give it a try. To fully feel the speed and freedom of movement, Mykola tried adaptive skis. Together with a professional instructor, he tackled the most challenging routes on the ski slopes.
It's so awesome, I'm telling you. It's just bomb. So cool, such speed, such adrenaline. I recommend it. I don't regret trying it at all. It's really amazing.
The chief instructor, Mykhailo Fedorov, was by the defender's side the whole time. According to him, this is the first case in Ukraine where a soldier with 4 amputations has taken up skiing.
When we first met people with amputations or visual impairments in general, we didn't know how to act. We didn't know what to say, honestly. Now we have experience. We approach it with ease. We easily go up to meet someone halfway. We understand that we can do this.
Mykola considers this run just the beginning. In the spring, he plans to take part in a race using prosthetics. He says he'll definitely repeat the ski descent, maybe even this season.